ding in a minute. Here we go. Good morning, third grade friends. Today is Thursday, December 17th, and we are ready to start reading for the week. We have been, for the last couple of weeks, making some social studies connections with our reading, and we've been talking about winter holidays to talk about traditions and cultures while doing some reading comprehension and some fun reading strategies to learn something new, using that as our skill. So we're going to talk about how to compare and contrast about winter holidays on the meet this morning, and then I'm going to show you what your Google Classroom activity looks like so you can show what you know there. And then at the end of the meet, when I stop the video, you're going to work on Lexia, and I have a small group of some friends that have to hop on. We have some fluency checks with Mr. Bill, and then you have the rest of your reading block to work on your choice board with other choices and to read for fun. So on Monday, we did a review about Christmas. On Tuesday, we talked about Kwanzaa, and on Wednesday, we talked about Hanukkah as part of our social studies connection to reading this week, talking about winter holidays and cultures and traditions. So we're going to use the new information that we've gotten about these three holidays and apply it to a comprehension strategy that we have used before, and it's called comparing and contrasting. We're going to watch a really short video to remind us about comparing and contrasting. As always, the internet may get kind of spotty, so if you can't see the video, I'll share it with you on the Google Classroom at the end of the Google Meet. And if the sound goes out, leave the meet and come back, or leave me a message in the chat box. So first things first, we're going to do a short review about compare and contrast so we know how to use it for our activity today.
Tonight, two characters are up for possible eviction from The Story House, reality TV's only show filled with your favorite writers and characters. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of The Story House. I'm Sophia Romero. It's been an exciting week for our writers and characters, and tonight we have two much-loved folktale characters that face possible eviction from the house. There's Red Riding Hood, who only wanted to bring her grandma a basket full of treats. She's up against Gretel, who went into the woods with her brother Hansel and found a candy house. Let's see what they had to say when they learned they could be evicted.
Hansel and I probably should have stayed away from that candy house, but times were tough and we were so hungry.
I know I went into the woods alone, but I was just trying to bring treats to my grandma. It's not like I stuffed my face eating a candy house or anything.
As always, let's bring in the professor to break down this matchup in a segment we call Compare and Contrast. Professor?
Hey, Sophia. When we compare and contrast, we want to take a good long look at what's the same and what's different between two things. Both of this week's characters are girls from folk tales. Both girls seem to have a sweet tooth, and both girls go into the woods. These characters have some big differences too. Gretel goes into the woods using the buddy system. However, Red enters the woods alone, and while Gretel drops breadcrumbs to mark a route back home, Red talks to a stranger.
This one is too close to call. Folks, the lines for voting open right after the show. We'll find out who has been evicted in a live results show later this week.
Before you call in to vote, remember to compare and contrast both characters by asking yourself what's the same and what's different.
We'll be back after this.
The silly video to remind us how to compare and contrast. You might remember them as being called same and different. Ways that things are the same and ways that things are different. Sorry, tongue-tied this morning. Make sure you're okay. When you compare things, you tell how things are alike, and when you contrast them, you tell how things are different. In the video, they compared and contrasted the two characters, and they used a graphic organizer that we use a lot of the time, and it was called the Venn diagram. They had those two football shapes those two half circles where they've told us all the things about those characters, and then the football shape in the middle for ways that they are the same. We're going to use that information to talk about our winter holidays. Your job is going to be to figure out how some of these holidays are the same and how some of the details about the holidays are different. So while we're thinking about comparing and contrasting, and that prompt is in our head, we're going to head to Brain Pop, and we're going to watch the very short video about winter holidays one more time that we watched last week, and think about ways that these traditions are the same and ways that they are different. So let me log in real quick. This video also has a short section about New Year's, but New Year's is not part of our activity this week.
I can't wait for winter vacation to start. There are so many winter holidays to celebrate with friends and family. What is Christmas? Christmas is celebrated on December 25th. It honors the birth of Jesus Christ, who Christians believe is the Son of God. Some people go to church to celebrate the holiday. But people also do activities like decorating trees or singing Christmas carols. Some people help others in need or collect items to donate or give away to others. Many people exchange presents. In some cultures, kids look forward to a jolly old man bringing gifts. He's known as Santa Claus around here, but he goes by different names in different cultures and countries. To celebrate Christmas, communities in Mexico, Latin America, and the United States hold posadas. People recreate the journey that Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Joseph took. Everyone gathers together to celebrate, and kids hit star-shaped piñatas filled with treats. What is Hanukkah? Hanukkah is a Jewish holiday that's usually celebrated near the end of November or in December. Thousands of years ago, there was a ruler named Antiochus IV. He disagreed with the Jewish religion and mistreated Jews. Antiochus IV ordered soldiers to ruin a Jewish temple. But Jews came together to fight, and they saved the temple. They believed that a flame should always burn in the temple, but they were running out of oil. They thought there was only enough fuel to burn for one night. People said the flame burned for 8 days, which gave enough time to get more oil. Hanukkah is 8 days long, and people light a candle on a menorah each night to honor what happened. The holiday is also known as the Festival of Lights. Some people give gelt, or small amounts of money, or even give chocolate coins. Some families play games with a dreidel, which is a spinning top with Hebrew letters. What is Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa is celebrated from December 26th to January 1st. It's a holiday that honors African culture and history. The colors of Kwanzaa are green, red, and black. To celebrate, people put out corn and different fruits and vegetables, which stand for the harvest. A special cup is used to honor past family members and community members. People put out books and African items, which stand for learning about African culture. People also light a kinara, and each candle stands for the 7 ideas of Kwanzaa. Family members often make gifts to give to each other. Each of the 7 days of Kwanzaa focuses on a different idea. There's a day that focuses on unity, or being together with family, friends, and community members. There's also a day that focuses on working together for the whole community. The last day of Kwanzaa always falls on January 1st. How do people celebrate the New Year? Many people celebrate the New Year on January 1st. On December 31st, which is New Year's Eve, families and friends stay up late and count down until midnight. 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year! People all over the world celebrate in different ways. Some Hispanic communities celebrate the New Year by eating 12 grapes as a sign of good luck. In some countries, like Colombia, Peru, and Ecuador, people wear yellow underwear on New Year's Eve for good luck. In Japan, it's good luck to watch the first sunrise of the year. The New Year is a time when many people think about what they want to do during the year. They might set New Year's resolutions, which are goals or promises. My resolution is to read more than 30 books during the year. What about you, Moby? Your resolution is to take over the world? Papa
We got a little more than we needed because I couldn't get the video to pause. So I hope you enjoyed the bonus about New Year's. Because in our winter holidays, we're going to do today to compare and contrast. We're looking at ways that Hanukkah, Christmas, and Kwanzaa are the same and different. In the video, they told us lots of ways that the holidays were different when they gave us new facts. And then you need to think about, how are they the same? You're going to apply what you know in today's activity in the Google Classroom. It says Thursday 12-17 for reading. It's a Google form that looks like this. It's got some tools in there for you. It says read the directions and complete the activities. When I scroll down, it says the winter holidays we learned about were Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. These are the choices you have in your activity today. And then it says, watch this video to review how to compare and contrast. When you get started, if you need a refresher on how to tell things that are alike and how to tell that things are different, or to see some examples of how things are alike and different, you can watch this Brain Pop by hitting play in the middle. And then when you scroll down, you have 2 short answers to type in. This first one says, choose 2 holidays to compare. Write 2 ways that these holidays are alike. Don't forget to write in complete sentences. So you're going to compare Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, choose 2 of them, and tell how they are alike. Remember to use capitalization and punctuation in complete sentences to share what you're thinking so we can understand you. The second one says choose 2 holidays to contrast. Write 2 ways that the holidays are different. So you're going to go back to Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa and tell how things are different about them. Being sure to write in complete sentences using capital letters and punctuation. And then when you're done typing your answer, this box will get bigger for you so you can type. And then as you finish your answer, you're going to press this blue submit button, and then it will bring you back to the activity page. You don't get a score today because we're going to be reading and writing your short. Well, I'm not going to be writing them. Just kidding. You're going to write them. Oh boy. And we're going to read your answers and see how we can do. So we're excited to see your good work. This is the end of our reading Google Meet, so you have a check mark for that on your checklist. And then when I press stop in just a moment, you're going to be working on your activity and then logging into Lexia and working on your choice board and silent reading until 9:45. Today you're working on your fluency passage. It's called The Fox and the Wolf. We have some Mr. Bill meets today, Angel at 9:15, Caden at 9:30, and Jet at 9:45 before our math break. And then I'm going to hang on to this group for a few minutes. I need Jet, Elise, Melanie, Caden, and Yasmin to stay on the meet so we can check in on some things, and then you are officially good to go. So I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'm going to see who has questions and things that you need, and then the big group's going to leave, and the small group of these friends is going to stay on. So I'm going to stop the video. We'll see you at 10 for math.